How would you always like to be guaranteed overnight camping? Well, at least 99% of the time. If you stick around, I'm going to show you how to play this campground game and get yourself an overnight camping site 99% of the time. Stick around. Well, we all know at the end of 2019 and December and maybe into January of 2020, we got hit by the pandemic, COVID-19. And it really changed the lives of everyone at that point. It just wasn't safe to go to work, and it certainly wasn't safe to send your kids off to school. So people had the opportunity to redefine what they considered to be home and to be creative in how they educated their children. Homeschooling became more popular. So what happened? People decided to venture out. They wanted to travel, not be tied down, cooped up in a house all the time or an apartment. And traveling via airplanes just wasn't feasible. Hotels, again, many were closed initially on, and then it became a concern of, do you really want to go sleep in a bed that you don't know who slept in that bed last night or the night before? So you know what? RVs became the answer for thousands and thousands of people to get away from the combined spaces of their home and get out and be adventurous. Whatever RVs were on the lot were just scooped up right away, and at premium prices, I might add. Then manufacturers were really in the crunch to get the supply chain moving to get more units out to the dealers. Very quickly, units were on back order. If you wanted an RV, you might have to wait 6, 8, 10 months. I've heard people waiting up to 18 months to get an RV. Well, that's one side of the equation, the availability of RVs. The other side of the equation is availability of campgrounds. And I think if we were camping in 2020 and 2021, you know the issue. Trying to get reservations, trying to get in somewhere. Destination locations, you had to be in the game with reservations 6 to 12 months in advance. So what do you do when you're traveling and you want overnight camping? Well, Cracker Barrel, Walmart, Flying J, Pilot, be in there with all the truckers and all the noise. Well, those were some options. But the Walmarts that are taking overnight campers now are getting fewer and fewer. And I don't know if it's because of city and district ordinances that come into play that limit that, or campers have gone in there and not been good neighbors, because after all, at Walmart, it's only overnight parking. It's not really camping. So putting out your awning and firing up the grill and getting out the lawn chairs, that's not what Walmart camping's all about. So you really want to try to get a campground if you can. And I know in certain parts of the country there are free opportunities to camp, like BLM, for example, but traveling on the highway and you just need an overnight stop, what do you do? Well, I'm going to tell you what I do, and this has worked out for me every time, but I'm sure that there will eventually be a night where I'll be left high and dry. Now get ready. You're going to cringe when I say this, and a lot of you are going to turn off the video right here. But the solution to a overnight camping 99% of the time is KOA Journey. Now, KOA has different levels of campgrounds, and Journey are the ones that are usually closer to interstate exits. They have a lot of traffic coming and going, just overnight stays. I've been to many of them, and I've talked to much of the management in there, and there is a big turnover every night in those KOA journeys. And the trick is to get in there early before all of our other RVing brothers and sisters decide to pull off the highway and find a place to sleep themselves. So about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when I get my KOA app and I start looking to see what's up ahead, and I'll go ahead and make a reservation then. If you wait until 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, they're going to be pretty much full. So start early, the earlier the better, and I have always had good luck getting in there. So what are you going to get? you're going to get a campground that's going to have all of the facilities that you need. It's going to come probably at a premium price, but sometimes, you know, that's well worth it. You know, to get in there, get some rest, get your tanks topped off with, if you need water to carry, flush out your tanks. So if you're still with me with this video and you haven't cut it off yet, thank you very much for continuing to watch. I've got another video, and I'll put a link right up here, and it's entitled KOA Yay or Nay, and it gives some pros and cons and some profiles of KOAs, because personally, for me, I avoided KOAs for almost 20 years. And the reason being was the price. I could usually find cheaper price somewhere, but let me tell you, it wasn't always worth going with the cheap side. One thing that I have come to appreciate more than almost anything else in selecting a campground is security. And I have not been to a KOA that I did not feel safe in. So that's something that's important to me. It might be important to you. It's worth a few extra dollars, at least in my case. I get nothing from KOA for making this video. I'm not associated with them at all. And again, like I said, it took me many years before I actually sipped on that KOA Kool-Aid, and that stuff was pretty darn good. So you might want to check it out yourself. Well, I hope these tips help you out a little bit and keep you safe on the road when you're traveling. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I have a lot of RVing, Airstream content on my website. I talk a lot about generators if you're into boondocking and things like that. So I appreciate you watching the video, and until next time, thanks.